أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. لقد جاءت رسل ربنا بالحق. الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله خاتم النبيين رحمة للعالمين سيدنا وطبيب قلوبنا وأبي القاسم محمد. وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين المنتجبين. لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في محكم كتابه ونطق كتابه وقوله الحق. هل أتى على الإنسان من الدهر حين شيء مذكورا. صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل.
Alhamdulillah, all praise to the Almighty Allah, and with the blessings of Ahlul Bayt and especially Imam al-Zaman, I have been honored to visit you all again, and I think this is more than 30 years. But this year I do find a difference at the beginning itself. So far it was Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad, but now wa ajil farajah. Next time, you know that salawat which you read on Shabe Panchumbe, Shabe Juma. What is it? Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammadin wa ajil farajahum wa ahliknahum aduwahum wa ahlakna aduwahum min al-jinni wal-insi. This should be added. Tawalla, tabara, both go together. And that is Islam, that is Iman. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj.
My brothers, the salawat which we read now, if we are businessmen, the best way to trade with Allah is with the salawat only. Where Allah is involved, Rasulullah is involved, Ahl Bayt are involved, and Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, those who have faith, they are involved. So it is important as that. And just 2 or 3 sentences before I proceed, because my speeches are, as I am coming since last 30 years, it is sort of guiding especially my Malay brothers and sisters. So whenever I get a chance, I don't go for oratory, but I go for somehow to uplift them. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraj.
You know, easy things like ribat, backbiting, which eats away all the good amals of a moment especially. You do Hajj, you do Ziyarat, you give charity, you give alms, you do everything. Once you backbite, all that passes to another. Now see how dangerous it is. Simply we are passing all this to another person, and his sins we taken. It's easy as that. But you know the effect of salawat? If you read salawat like this, example, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. If you read this only once, even if you want to backbite, mental pressure will come immediately, you will stop it. Try this. It is easy as that. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Don't say Allahumma salli ala, I'm quoting. Sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. If you want to backbite also, something will prevent you from not proceeding. Allah has given all this. Because we don't utilize this, we can't come up. We pass away all our good actions to others and we remain as we are. And we say Allah is not accepting our calls, Allah is not accepting our calls. Why? Allah says you ask, I give. And here we are saying no, you don't give, you don't give, you don't give. Allah either is not in a position to fulfill our desires and wishes, or something is wrong with this thing. My brothers in faith, remember one thing. For every action there is equal and opposite reaction. This is Newton's law also. And in the madhab also it applies. For every guna wrong that we do, we have to get that punishment. The effect of that is action, reaction. You throw a ball at the wall, it will come back to you. Destroying is action. The ball coming back to you is the reaction. So, with every good action, reaction comes. With every bad action, reaction comes. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. If you do an iota, small particle of goodness, you will be rewarded. And if you do small particle of evil, you will be punished. Allah is just. Remember, this complete thing is based on this. Those who are the lovers of Ahlul Bayt will definitely 100% go to Jannah. There is no doubt about it. But our Allah, and especially our faith of the Ahlul Bayt Maslak is such that we believe in the justice of Allah. This Islam, and especially Iman, is based on two things, my brothers, two things. One is justice, another is intellect. That's all, nothing more, nothing less. Justice and intellect. Intellect, Allah has created you, showed you the right path. Inna hadaynahu as-sabil, imma shakirun wa imma kafura, Surah Dahr. We have shown you the right path. We have given you the intellect. Accept the right path or reject. But remember, either you accept or you reject. You have to turn towards Allah only. Intellect. Now, this intellect will teach us how to proceed. Every person will be judged according to his intellect. A person who is, say, Ayatullah, if he commits wrong, his punishment is more. A Mujtahid, his punishment will be slightly less. A Maulana, his punishment will be less. Ordinary people, each will be judged according to their intellectual capacity. Now, what about those who are living in the deserts of Africa, this, that and all that? Where will they go? They will also be presented with the facts of Mazhab-e-Haqqa. Intellect is there. If a person, now I'm talking about the three, if the person who believes in those three, really if his intellect says these are correct, they will be judged accordingly. But Allah has created everyone according to his fitrat. Allah has created all of us according to his fitrat. And fitrat is different from desires. Fitrat, tell the truth. You go and ask a liar, what do you think about telling the truth? His fitrat will say, he is good. He will tell us, he is a liar, but he will teach his children to talk the truth. A robber, ask him, is robbing good? He said no. He does not want his children to rob. This good and bad is in the nature, fitrat. But why is he robbing? Desire. Why is he telling the lies? Desire to achieve something. So don't mix up fitrat and desires. Fitrat is different. Everyone is born on the fitrat, that is Islam. It is the parents who convert them to Yahud and Nasara. So, this fitrat is there, and the person's mentality, because he is a human being, he is an insan with intellect. And La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wusaha. We do not burden anyone with more than what he can bear it. Now come. Today is Arba'een. Every person, Quran says in one place, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. We have created man, insan, in all difficulties, trials, tribulations. That means insan from Adam till Qiyamah day, he is created with all these difficulties, he is born. And Surah Al-Dahab first says, we have created you and then we have put you on trial. Imagine, there was a time when a man was not heard of. And then he created us. And then immediately after creating, he put us on trial. That is the law of Allah. Whether you like, it is there. Whether you do not like, it is there. You say, I don't like that, but it is still there. You say, I like that, it is still there. So you can't avoid all this. Allah has created us and given us the intellectual powers. And then He has given Samiyam Basira, the power of hearing first and the power of seeing after that. And then He said, yeah, we have put you on trial, come on, act. But La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wusaha. किसी नफ्स को तकलीफ नहीं दी जाती मगर जितना कि वो उठा सके. No nafs, no man is burdened more than what he can bear. So everyone according to their ability. Now, Anbiya, Mursaleen, each according to their capacity, they were put on trial. Every Nabi, irrespective of who he is, from Adam till Khatam, all were put on trial. Every Wali, irrespective of who they are, from Adam's son till Imam Zaman, all on trial. Is this not the trial of Imam Zaman when he knows the enemies of his child, Imam Hussain, doing all this and still doing sabr? That's his trial. And the trial of every moment is according to his ability to bear. And remember, patience, sabr, is proportional to Iman. Don't forget this. Patience is proportional to Iman. Jitna sabr hoga, utna Iman hoga. If your sabr is more, your Iman is more. Your sabr is less, Iman is less. Now, and patience is also proportional to knowledge. For example, you go to a village, you tell the person you have got cancer, your body is going to be cut. He will reject. Fear. You don't know what will happen. I'll die. Whereas a person with knowledge, he will say, yes, I have to be operated to clear this. That means, why did he say yes? Why did he say no? His knowledge was nil. His knowledge was there. So patience is also proportional to knowledge. Patience is also proportional to Iman. Now, if there is no patience, there is no Iman. How many of us will act? Slightest of provocation, we burst. Suppose at that time we ask ourselves, oh, patience, Imam Jafar Sadiq said. Imam Jafar Sadiq said, patience is proportional to Iman. Though provocated, though these difficulties have come in, financial problems are there, economic problems are there, business is not succeeding. My children are like this. My wife is giving me all difficulties. But still, patience. And that, if you remember the hadith, is proportional to Iman. At that time, you really become a human being. You'll be within the parameters of what Islam wants you to do. But if you have no patience, you'll just fire as a rocket and you'll destroy everything that comes to it. Now, when patience is proportional to Iman, and every time Allah puts everyone in trial, and then when the trials is for Nabi, Anbiya, Mursaleen, Malaik and everyone, what about Karbala? This is how you judge. Karbala, people say knowingly he went into it. Yes, what was the message? Hussain was too big. He was a masoom. What about Sakina? What about Ali Asghar 6 months? Can you prove in the history of mankind a child of 6 months getting a triple arrow and after that smiling? How is it possible? When Ali Asghar received the arrow, he smiled. How? To Allah, what do you say? Ya muqallib al-qulub. Allah is one who turns the hearts. You know, when you see istikhara, it is a dua of Imam Zaman. And there you read the dua before doing anything or seeing istikhara. And what is the dua in brief? Oh Allah, your Ism Azam is that by which when you blew, the magicians of Firaun who were in that side suddenly said, Khalu amanna bi Rabbil Alameen, Rabb Musa wa Harun. We believe in the Rabb of Alameen. And who is that? He is the Rabb of Musa and Harun. Firaun went back. What? So far I was feeding you, I was giving you money, I was doing everything for you. You were my people. Suddenly this Musa came and all of you changed. And you said you are believing in the Rabb of Musa and Harun. How did that affect? How did these magicians immediately say, we believe in Allah and leave Firaun? That Ism Azam, Allah ka Ism Khas. So we appeal to Allah, that Ism which you blew on these people, by which the heart was turned and they became pro-Musa, anti-Firaun. So that is the work of Allah, isn't it? Now in Karbala, Ali Asghar is in the hands. Oh, you the people of Sham, this boy is dying with thirst. Age is 6 months. Few drops of water. They did not respond. Then what did he say? Ali Asghar, you are the son of Hujjat Khuda. Tell them that you are thirsty. What did the child do? The dry tongue went across the dried lips. Immediately, the forces of Yazid start crying. Immediately, the forces of Yazid start crying. Ali Asghar did not give a speech. Ali Asghar did not use a sword. Ali Asghar did not use any weapon. What was it that the elders could not do? Ali Akbar could not do, Abbas could not do, Imam Hussain, all that. Where this child of 6 months was able to change the hearts of these the forces of Yazid. So you see, his ibtila, his examination, his trial. Hal min nawsilin yansuruna Ali Asghar dropped himself from the cradle. See, his trial. Maula, this child is like this. Took the child and Rabab. History says, Rabab, Ali Asghar and Sakina, these are the ones who Imam Hussain were always fond of. Rabab. The mothers of Karbala were such that their trials was they were able to sacrifice the sons like Ali Akbar, Auna Muhammad, Ali Asghar, or Qasim. All, what was the aim? Let them die, but let the Imam live. That was their trial. That was their trial. And when the child first called Hal min Nasr and Yansuruna, child fell down, Ali Asghar was taken by Imam Hussain. Fiza yelled, Maula, please come. Here's Ali Asghar on the floor. The mother took the child, said, Maula, I will dress this boy as a mujahid, as a soldier. Got the child dressed. He did not know what the mother told the son. She said, Ali Asghar, I am not from the family of Sadat Prophet. Ali Asghar, those who went so far first offered themselves to save the Imam. My Ali Asghar, please keep the respect of your mother. When an arrow comes to you, my child, before it pierces your father's hand, raise and take that arrow on your throat, on your neck, so that first you are attacked and then your father. Now that was the trial of the mother. Saying this, she gave the child. Ali Asghar went, and you know what happened? He died. Shaheed. Brought back. History records there are two ladies who in their primes, their black hairs became white in no time. That was Fatima Zahra at the age of 18. Subat alayya masa'ibun law annaha subat alayya misanna liya. Oh my Baba, after you so much of musibat fell on me. Had they been on the mountain, they would have been broken into pieces. And then Rabab. When the body of Ali Asghar, you know, when they do the ziyarat of Ashura, there are two ziyarat of Ashura. One is the common one, the other one is you go forward, say Inna Lillah wa Inna Ilaihi Raji'un. Then the Qadai wa Tasliman li Amrih, come back 7 times to do this. Imam Hussain thinking how to reveal this to the mother. He came, gave the body. She saw. Said, Wali, children of this age also to be massacred? Hers became white. That shock was such that she could not bear. That was the trial of Rabab. That was the trial of even Ali Asghar. You know, when Hussain was going, he called Zainab, I'm going. All this in your hands. Don't forget me, Namaz Shab. After that, Zainab, the Sakina is in your care. The fourth Imam is in your care. All the children are in your care. Zainab, Khuda Hafiz. And then, Zainab, be careful of Sakina. Now see the trial of Sakina. In Kufa, when she was very thirsty and she was bursting out because of thirst, suddenly the head of Hussain came in front and said, Sakina, be careful. I know you are being tortured, slapped, blood flowing, everything, 3.5 years old child. But Sakina, please do not curse. Please do not curse. Entering, that was the trial of Sakina. She cursed. Otherwise, the granddaughter of Fatima, and Shahazi once said, Oh Allah, all of them would have been gone. But they would have gone. Where would Islam be? Understand? The trial of Abbas was in spite of having all the power to control himself. Abbas was what? He said, he get me the permission to attack. And tomorrow morning, if I am not in Kufa, and if I don't plant the flag of Hussein near in the mosque of Kufa, I am not the son of Ali. Who will say that? But Abbas was the only one in Karbala to whom permission was not granted to fight. Everyone were given permission, go and fight, except Abbas. That was his trial. Sabr. Sabr. Having strength. Shabi Ashur. Shumur came and said, what? Abbas, I want to talk to you. He refused to go. Hussein said, Abbas, go and talk to him. What did he say? Abbas, you come over here, we give you Aman. He said, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Aman for me, not for the son of Zahra. So he came back. And after that, when the time came, when Hussein said, go and ask Umar Asad for one night for prayers. Why he called Abbas? He could have said, Habib, go and say. He could have told others, go and tell them I am asking for a night of respite. But Abbas, because some riwayah says Abbas was shaking like this. His problem was how to go to a parent and ask, give me a one night. Abbas wanted to attack then itself. Because of his bravery, shuja'at. That was the trial of Abbas. When he entered in Medina, the palace of Walid, and Marwan yelled out, "Oh Walid, if you allow Hussein to go, you will never get him." Voice was raised. With his leg, he broke open the door, went inside. Who raised the voice against my Imam? Immediately Hussein said, Abbas, keep your sword back. That was the trial of Abbas. With all strength to unconditionally obey and keep the sword back. Karbala, 2nd of Muharram, 4th of Muharram. When the forces of Umar Asad came, remove your tent from this Furat, from the river Furat. He took the sword, he drew a line. He said, who has got the strength to tell me to move? You come here, I'll show you. And this Fiza came and told Bibi to Zainab, Abbas is trembling. He wants to take action. Hussein said, Zainab, call Abbas. Abbas came when he heard the name of Zainab. And what did he say? What did she say? Abbas, we are from Ahlul Bayt. And war does not start from our side. Rizan biqadarihi wa tasliman li amrih. That was the trial of Abbas. So my friend, when this is the trial for everyone, trial of Zainab, bint Ali, Fatima, trial of Kulsum, bint Ali and Fatima, trial of those Ashab Hussein, Ansar Hussein, everyone according to their capacity, to their iman, they put on trial. Now what is our trial? That's the trial of those. But we are the believers in them. We have got the history in front of us. What is our trial? To be provoked? What is happening in the world? Are we to be provoked and then put into a position whereby we have to defend ourselves in front of those who are illiterates? My friends, $900 million were spent to find out why these Shias never believe in kingship and presidentship. And the amount was spent to find out the reason. And that dead limit of the time was 2010. And who's saying this? Colonel Brandt was the agent of CIA in this book. And what did they find? First, they wanted to find out what are the reasons for these Shias to behave like this. All the Muslims behave in different ways except the Shias. And he himself writes, Britain and US control these so-called Islamic Middle Eastern states. How their fate should be governed, Britain, he writes, and US controls. Whereas these Shias no one can control. Why? They came to the point they have got marjiyat and two azadari. If you remove these two, Shias are gone. Yes. If the two are gone, Shias are gone. Now marjiyat, what did they want to say? Any mullah, if he wants to earn money, it's very easy now. Just take the money and say, we'll make fitna, finished. Samanan qalila, you can sell the iman for a small amount. But my point is, at that point of time, the death comes, where are you? So many are sold. You know, in India especially, and in US also, in Washington, there is this two, Usuli and Akbari. And how much money they have got, those who drink, those who are tailors and butchers, they are giving open, holding majlises and giving open parties, spending 50, 60,000 rupees. Where is the money coming? From behind the scene. Divide. Why do you believe in these martyrs? Who are they? They are like you and me. Maybe they know 2 or 3 books more than you. Therefore, don't believe in them. It's already started, the effect is there. In Hyderabad it is lot. They draw the faces of Khomeini and Khoi and Shistani and all that. They make people walk on that and they call some shair and say, yes, 10,000 rupees, walk on them. Started. From where is the money coming? In a place like this, where is the money coming from? To divide. And Azad Ali, call them they are barbarians. They beat themselves with chains. They do khama. All barbarians. They cry. For what? When I was in US and New Jersey, they all buy up the churches and hold imambaras there. Parking problems always arise. 400, 300 cars to be parked. Someone phoned up, they are beating themselves with chains. Within seconds, police came with guns. Hands up, they stopped. And the police asked, where is your leader? Who was the leader there? Again he shouted, where is your leader? No answer. One of the youths stood up and said, you want to know our leader? He is Imam Hussain. Where is he? He was martyred 1400 years back. One youth was martyred 1400 years back. This officer, believe me, this officer sat down on the stone there. You are crying for a person who was martyred 1400 years back. All this for a person who was martyred 1400 years back. Sat down. After 15-20 minutes, okay, carry on. Now, what is it that changed his mind? You could have said fire. What is it that changed the mind? It is the hand of Imam Zaman. Understand? In America, they take out processions. Ashura procession, Arbaeen procession, Washington, New Jersey, Washington, and then Chicago, all these places. Can you do that in the so-called Islamic countries? Can you do that in Saudi Arabia? Can you do that in Dubai? Dubai, what happened this year, all of you know. 11:30 afterward, no, close it. And no matam, nothing of the sort. And no outside Pakistanis or Indian were allowed, the speakers. Now, all this is what? The Wahhabi money. All this is what? To stop Azadari. But little do these fellows realize that it is impossible for any power in the earth to stop the Azadari of Sayyid al-Shahada. Why? You know that incident, isn't it? When Hassan was born, when Hussein was born, when Zainab was born, when Kulsum was born, and when Hussein was born, Sayyida was crying, Baba, who will cry for my Hussein? When neither you are alive, I am alive, nor Ali was alive, who will cry for my Hussein? What did the Prophet say? Allah will create a nation whose young shall cry for the youngs of Hussein, whose youth shall cry for the youths of Hussein, whose ladies shall cry for the ladies of Hussein, whose elders will cry for Hussein. And this will go on till Qiyamah. In some riwayat it is written, they will consider this as the best of the ibadat. So who has taken the guarantee of safeguarding the azadari of Hussein? Allah. Can anyone destroy it? Yazid could not do it, isn't it? King of Bani Abbas went hunting and the moon of Muharram was seen. He was going with dogs to hunt. Soon as the moon was seen, he called his followers, Ha! This year there will be none to weep for Hussein, to take the name of Hussein. I have killed every one of them. He showed happiness as he proceeded from the mountains. From the mountains there was a cave and he heard a voice, Hussein, Hussein, Hussein. He said, what for this place, Hussein? He sent his followers, go and see. What did they find? Few ladies with chadar getting together, remembering the Hussein and saying, this is the first night of Muharram. He said, whatever we do, we don't succeed. So my friends, when the powers in full strength, they could not suppress the Azadari of Hussein, can this $900 million do? Go to every place. In India I have seen, in Pakistan also. You ask, how was Muharram this year? Every year will say, oh, this year it was better than last year. How better than last year? Every year better than last year. This better than last year itself shows the miracle of Azadari. My brothers, this is the age when the times where America is empty. The world is facing crisis, economic crisis. You go and visit these small places, India and Pakistan, you will find how they do majlis. Thousands and thousands and thousands is nothing. The poor fight with the rich, only you must give food, we can't give. What have you got to say? What have you got to say? From where are they getting it? That is the miracle of Azadari. In this Hyderabad city, one man was a rickshaw puller, Shia. Family lives in the room, he had a majlis. And he decided to give chai, tea. There was a restaurant next to his house. He ordered for 50 cups, poor man. He brought the cups of 50 cups and distributed the tabruk. 2:30, this was morning, 11 o'clock, 2:30 he went to pay the money. Shutter was down. What happened? Next day also shutter down. Third day when he went, a person was standing there. He said, what happened? No, that was my father, he passed away. He died. He said, okay, I have taken 50 cups of tea from there, here's the money. This fellow says, I know that you have taken 50 cups of tea. He said, how do you know? He said, listen to me please. In the night, last night, my father came in my dreams. He was sitting in a big house. And I asked, Father, how did you get this house? He said, there's a small house next to us. That man took 50 cups of tea. Before he could pay the amount, I died with a heart attack. And Allah rewarded me with this. So please don't take money from there. So this fellow, the son weeps and says, whenever you do majlis, Sunnis, please tell us, we will give the tabruk. This is the effect. So, and Hadith Qudsi states, everyone should know this. Hadith Qudsi says, those who spend their money for the azadari of my prophet's daughter's son, I'm quoting, prophet's daughter, Allah says, son, for every cent I will give you the reward of 70 times barakat in this world and Akhirat Jannah. That is how we exist. We spend for Hussain and we exist. We are not empty-handed. We are not begging on the streets because our Muhafiz is Imam Zaman. We spend for Imam Hussain. Spend and see. This tabarruk, don't think it's a waste. This is in store for you for the next world. And barakat for you in this world. When the whole world is shouting no money, no money, no money, and these Shias are spending lavishly on this, from where did they get? Just think, from where did they get? Poor people fighting for the rich, give us the chance to give food. And there, it is in thousands who attend the majlis. How? If you can ponder over this, you will understand what this majlis of Hussain is. And don't think just rich you spend, but those who put themselves in trouble, mehnat, for my Hussein's majlis, I will reward them in this way. So, those who got money, they spend. They who can't, they work. All that is for the reward. It is like booking your seat in this world as well as the next. Guarantees with this world also. Don't think it's only for the next world. Next world is Jannah, but this world 70 times barakat. What's the proof? Give and see. The proof is you give and see, just like what is happening in the subcontinent. So my friends, lift yourself up. What can save us is only this azadari. And the enemy is trying to spend lavishly just to see that this azadari is finished. Impossible. Allah has taken it. Yazid could not do. The kings of Bani Abbas could not do. What can these fellows do? Now, today and tonight is Arba'een. Not less than Ashur. You know, in Iraq there is an incident in the book. There was a man and a woman who used to see the moon of Muharram and hold majlis and give food. So happened that year they had no money at all. No money at all. So the wife said, what do we do? Husband said, my imam knows that I have nothing, what do I do? He said, don't you say that, we have got someone. They have a child, 9 years old, son. He said, go and sell this. I don't know how many 100 years old or what. Go and sell this boy. Get the money and we hold the majlis for Imam Hussain. The mother called the son, say, my son, we love you, but certainly you're not more important than Qasim and Maulana Muhammad. Son, you are also one of us. Never tell your owner who you are and why we have sold you, because that will be a bad sign. You just keep quiet, don't open your mouth. Told the wife, told the husband, don't cry when you part. Happily say, go, bring the money and have to prepare for the food tomorrow morning. They went, a buyer came and bought the child, and the husband brought the money, gave it back. Suddenly after half an hour, 1 hour, child came back. The mother said, you ran away and came back? Get out of the house. Only child. He said, Amma, listen, I did not come away, but listen, how did you come back? You must have pleaded, you must have cried, what and left you? He said, no mother, I did not cry. Then what happened? He said, we were going, I was going with my boss, with my owner. Suddenly someone came on a horseback and said, how much you want for this child? He said, I bought this for so much. He paid them so many times more. That man on the horseback brought me here and lifted. Who was it? It was Imam Hussain himself. So my friend, it is the manzil of yaqeen. All this I'm talking just to lift our power of iman to a higher status. This is Arbaeen. And this Arbaeen, this land of Karbala, you know, if a rat is dead, the smell you can't bear, right? But in Karbala, under the zari of Hussain and Abbas, those who have gone, they know, there are benches like made of stones and cement, where if anyone dies, the fellow takes it, keeps it and comes. I have seen it with my own eyes. He said, Ya Allah, La ilaha illallah, takes the body, takes a torch, goes inside, comes after 20 minutes. Now I ask you, if all this was, the bodies are ruined, or smell is coming, can anyone stand there inside for 20 minutes and half an hour? He just go and makes place, keeps it and go. Why? Well, this is Karbala. And those who are buried in Karbala, there is no fishare khabr. Now what is the speciality of Karbala? Now listen, now that the topic has come. There was a time when all the places of the important places of the earth raised themselves and started discussing about the importance. That place where Adam was born, Arbaeen, that land rose and said, I am, Allah gave him the power of thought, I am that land in which Adam, the first insan, set foot on. Then that place where Adam was buried, that rose, and with the permission of Allah, this land said, I am the one for which Adam has always been sleeping in me. Suddenly, another land came up and said, I am that place, Wadi Muqaddas, where a prophet like Musa was told to take out the shoes and go. Then Tur came up. I am the one where Musa used to come up and pray to Allah. Then Baitul Muqaddas came up. My land is that which is more important than all of them. This is the land of Qibla. When each one of these lands were presenting their importance to each other and trying to prove that they are more important, rose the land of Kaaba and said, Man misli, who is like me? Kaaba is saying, that land of Kaaba, Kaaba is still not there. Who is there like me? I am the one on which will be built the first house, the house of Allah, Baitullah, and that will be done by the Masoom Nabi Ibrahim and his son. I am the one where Maqam Ibrahim, I am the one where Zamzam is. Start playing itself. It spoke, and those who enter my land, they will be at peace. The voice of the land of Kaaba was such that all the others who had raised their voice, they were about to be subdued. At this point of time came the words from Allah. O the land of Kaaba, do not show arrogance and do not be proud. Suddenly there was total silence. The voice came from Allah. Do not think you're big, you're not, and don't exhibit pride. Because I have created Bait Mamur before you, and it has got 100,000 times more importance than you. And before Bait Mamur, I have created the Arsh, And that has got 100 times more fasilat than Bait al-Mamur. I have created this land 24,000 years before. There was a pause in the voice which was coming from heaven. And again the voice came. O the land of Kaaba, I have also created one land. That land is very pious. That land is pure. And that land is such whereby I have taken a qasam, an oath, that every grain of that land will be khaq shafa, will be the medicine for all those illnesses where you can imagine. Hearing this, the land of Kaaba said, O Allah, which land is it that is more important like this? And came the answer, O you the Kaaba, I have created this land so that those who are buried there, they'll be raised on the day of Qiyamah. Because the Riwayah says, this Karbala is a land, Karbala is a part of Jannah. And on the day of Qiyamah, that portion of the land, Karbala, will be raised. And the people inside, the graves are sleeping. They will be raised and put in the Jannah, and they will not be even aware of what is happening. That is Karbala. So, O you the Kaaba, this place, this land is such where those who are buried inside, their body will not be put to pressure, and neither will they be questioned. Kaaba yelled, O Allah, tell me which land is this? O you the Kaaba, do not show pride. This land is that where if one goes down on that and does one sajda on that land or a part of the turba, now look at the words, it will be equivalent of 1,000 sajdas, prostrations. O the land of Kaaba, if you do one sajda on this, the sawab will be of that you have done 1,000 hajj, 1,000 roza for fasting. Kaaba started yelling, O Allah, which land is it? I cannot understand. Please tell me what it is. And came the answer, Ya yaqtalu fiha Sidd Ahmad al-Muhtar, Sayyid al-Shabab Ahl al-Jannah. This is that land where the grandson of the Prophet Hussein, who is the Prince of Paradise, will be buried, will be killed, yakfanu, and will be buried there with his Ahl Bayt and his followers. At this, Kaaba started crying. Now you know this is Karbala. This is Karbala. When you do sajda on the turba, is equal to 1,000 turbas. Khaki shafa. Of course, you can't eat much of this, only one grain, because if you eat little bigger, it is like drinking the blood of Imam Hussain. There are special ways of taking that khaki Karbala. Anyhow, Kaaba started crying. And this is Karbala, a part of Jannah. And my friends, on this land of Karbala arrives the sister of Hussain, Zainab, to celebrate the Arbaeen of Hussain. And this is the night of Arbaeen. Zainab has come from Sham. That Zainab, Karbala to Kufa, Kufa to Sham. In the palace of Ibn Ziyad and in the palace of Yazid, what all she went through. She has to look after the children of Hussain. She has to look at the son of the Hussain. She also has to maintain the message of Hussain, which is to be given and spread all over. And then, after being in the prison, where she buried the daughter of Hussein, Sakina, and now she is released. And what did she say? Oh Yazid, so far I have not cried for my brother Hussein. Give us a place where we can sit and weep for our Hussein. What happened? A palace was emptied. Announcement was made. Oh, the ladies of Sham, the daughter of Ali and Fatima is going to do weeping for his brother, her brother Hussein. All of you come. Dressed in black they came. A big palace was given to her. As she entered, about to enter the palace, Zainab saw a head hanging at the entrance. And whose head was it? It was the head of Hussein. Zainab yelled and said, Hinda, Hinda is the wife of Yazid. Hinda, you call me for this and you hang the head of my brother in front of me? Head was removed. Zainab entered the palace. She looked at the left. She looked at the right. And there she started. Oh, you, the ladies of Sham, your men have killed our brothers. Your men have tortured us. Your men stopped us from taking water and food. She narrated all that has taken place. And the head of Abbas came. The head of Hussein came. The head of Ali Akbar came. The head of Ali Asghar came. All did the first matam of Hussein. And this was the first majlis which was done by Bibi Zainab. For 3 days this matam and majlis was going on. So this majlis is the creation of Bibi Zainab, sister of Hussein. And from there she said, Beta Sayyida Sajjad, I would like to go to Karbala, not to Medina. Now there were black chadars put all over. And from here Zainab went, and tonight is the day, night. But tomorrow she had arrived at the grave of Hussein. As soon as she arrived at the grave of Hussein, she leapt and fell on the grave and said, Maulana Raza, Abdullah, oh my Hussein, your sister Zainab has come. Oh Hussein, your daughter Sakina, I have buried her in Sham. Oh Hussein, you do not know what has happened to us. From Karbala we went to Kufa. From Kufa we went to Sham. Oh Hussein, this unfortunate sister of yours has come to convey my condolences, and here are the children of yours. For 3 days and nights the matam was going on. Finally, Bashir ibn al-Jazlam said, Mawla, O Sayyid al-Saddad, if this is the position, the ladies will die here. Therefore, you please take them to Medina. Hussein, Imam Zain al-Arba'een told the aunt Zainab, oh my aunt Zainab, please come, we have to convey the message of our father. And what was the message? Beta Sayyid al-Saddad, when you go to Medina, convey our salams to our Shias and tell them that when you feel thirsty and you take water, please think about the thirst of Hussein. And when you feel someone dying, please think of how your Hussein was martyred. So Sayyid al-Sajjad at once told the aunt Zainab, please mount the camels. All mounted, but they found Bibi Rabab lying on the grave of Hussein and saying, Ali, where do I go? Whom I have got? I had you as my husband. I had Sakina, she is buried in Sham. I had Ali Asghar, he is sleeping with you. I do not want to go to Medina. I would like to stay here. But Imam Sayyid Saddad's orders were that the Rabab should go with them. Finally, all of them mounted and they came to Medina. 1 or 2 riwayats and I'll close my majlis. And Medina, announcement was made from a person who came from Damascus. He came to the Masjid al-Nabawi and announced, Yazid, Bayat was not done by the Prophet family. Therefore Hussein was killed. The family of Hussein were killed. Anyone who shows any love and affection or sympathy towards this family, they'll come under the wrath of Yazid and they'll be punished and killed. Therefore all of you be careful. At this point of time, one old lady who had a majestic look, a look of leadership, a look which exhibited that she was from a family of warriors. She had shujaat in her, catching the hand of a small boy. His age was 6 to 7, and coming towards this announcement. That was Arbaeen, mother of Abul Fadl Abbas. And the son of Abbas, Hussain, catching hold of the hands of the grandmother, came straight towards the announcer, who was on a platform. And this child, who was 6 and 7 years old, snatched his hand from the grandmother, went straight to the stage and said, "Oh, you, the announcer of bad news, have my father come back?" The governor was sitting there, the announcer was sitting there. All of them were surprised. Who is this boy? 6 and 7 years old. So the announcer said, "Who are you? Who is your father?" This boy turned. "You do not know my father? Ask any of the Arabs. They will tell you who my father is. And if you do not know, here they are. Ask the crowd." The announcer became puzzled. Who this boy is? Finally he said, "You know my father Abbas? Has he come? Where is he?" No words. At that time, Arbaeen also came behind. And in a majestic way he asked, where is Hussain?" And the announcer announced, "He is no more. His family is killed. His brothers are killed. His children are killed. His relations are killed. And the ladies are put in prison just because they went against Yazid." Now what did Arbaeen ask? If that is so, where is Abbas? Where is Abbas? He said, "I have told you, Abbas is not here. Abbas is not here. Where is he? Is he alive?" Announcer said, "No, Abbas is dead." Did he die before Hussain or after Hussain? Announcer said, he died before Hussain. And how did he die? He lost both his hands in the defense of Hussain. But he couldn't save Hussain. He said, no, he could not. What has happened to my other sons? They were also strong. Are they alive? No, they also died. When he heard that Hussain is no more, Abbas is dead, Arbaeen became feeble. Strength went. She tried to get down. Then again she thought, I am the wife of Ali. I can't gain sympathy like this. So he tried to put on strength. Finally she remembered, Fatima Sogra. If the announcement is given to her about the death of Hussain, the father, what will happen to her? She is staying with Salama, the wife of Rasulullah. So Arbaeen, catching the hold of Hussain, the son of Abbas, about to go. Suddenly she said, no, I have to go to By. From Masjid al-Nabawi, straight she went to By, where was buried the daughter of the Prophet, Fatima Zahra. She went, she put her head at the feet of Zahra's grave and said, Bibi, I have come to offer my condolences to you on the shahadat of Hussain. Bibi, accept my condolences. Bibi, I have come to offer you the condolences for Ali Akbar, for Ali Asghar, for Qasim. Bibi, I am not worried about Abbas. I am not worried about my other sons. Bibi, I only cry for Hussain. Please accept my condolences. And shook the grave of Fatima was the house of Hussein, where Salma was staying. As soon as she went, she saw some ladies standing outside. Al-Bahin was worried because Fatima Saghra was not well. If the news of the death of Hussein is revealed to her, how will she react? So immediately she went there. How to reveal the news? When she went there, Fatima Saghra was sleeping. Salma was there. Slowly they talked to each other. And then after putting her hands on the forehead of Fatima Saghra, she revealed the news about the Shahadat of Hussein. Fatima Saghra cried. And after that, when Zainab came, Zainab started saying, oh people, oh the ladies hide me. I do not want to face Sughra. Because if Fatima Sughra asked me, oh Auntie Zainab, where is my Baba? Where is my Abbas? Where is my Ali Akbar? Where is my Ali Asghar? What answer do I give? Anyhow, after this, after offering the condolences, one riwayat and I have closed the majlis, Zainab said, I have to go to the grave of my grandfather Rasulullah. So she went to the grave of Rasulullah. Sayyid Sajjad was with her, went to the grave and said, Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah. Assalamu alayka ya Nabi Allah. Oh my Nana, I have come to you. This Zainab, unfortunate Zainab, she has lost everything. She has lost Hussein. She has lost Abbas. She has lost Sakina. And now when people come from outside, they offer a present. Nana, this is the red shirt of Hussein full of blood. Nana, I offer you this. After that, Riwayat says the grave of Rasul was shaking. And Zainab, I was not in the grave. Zainab, I was with you in Karbala. From there, I am closing my majlis. Zainab slowly came to the place where Mother Fatima Zahra was buried. When she came there, she said, oh bibis, all of you go away. All of you go away. I don't want anyone to be here. Why? Because I want to talk to my mother. I want to talk to my mother. When all of them went away, she said, Assalamu alayki ya Ummah. Oh Ma, my salams to you. Amma, your unfortunate daughter Zainab has come back. When she went, Hussein was there, Abbas was there, the family was there. Now I have come empty-handed. Ma, even Sakina is buried in Sham. After that, she said, all of you go away. Zainab lay down next to the grave and said, Amma, I did what I could. Amma, she just opened the chadar and there what was seen? That flesh which was just bleeding, and said, Amma, this is what lashes I had from Karbala to Kufa to Sham. Amma, this is the shirt of Hussein which you have sewn with your own hands. After this, one statement, Zainab said, crying. Zainab said, Amma, I did what I had to do. Amma, but I'm tired now, Amma. Amma, my soul is tired. Amma, my body is tired. Amma, I'm so tired that I do not want to live. Oh, Amma, please open your hands and take me to the grave so that Zainab can be with you forever and ever. Oh Allah, we appeal to you with the musibat of Ahlul-Bayt. Keep us on the path of Ahlul-Bayt and accept us as the soldiers of Imam Zaman, so that when we die, on our lips should be the words Hussein, Hussein. In the grave, when we get up, it will be again Hussein, Hussein. And in Jannat also, it will be Hussein and Hussein. Oh Allah, take us as the soldiers of Imam Zaman. Ta'jeel Farma, Surur Imam Zaman.